Today I have a very special guest that I'm interviewing, and one thing that's interesting about you is that you've kind of changed your name a little bit to Ash or Ashley, and I was wondering what brought about that change.
Well, a couple different reasons actually. One being it was kind of a way for me to really become independent from my parents by choosing a name for myself rather than a name that they chose for me. But also me not really feeling like identifying with my male body, or not really identifying with anybody or any particular body. I wanted to choose a name that was more, I guess, more common for someone of my opposite perceived gender, I guess.
Right. So that a person experiences seeing your body but then hearing this name that's kind of from the other side and being like, what is this person about? Like, just creating a little question. Have you found a good, it sounds like maybe you haven't, but have you found a good box that you fit in, or a category or a label?
Well,
genderqueer label?
In terms of my gender identity, I don't really identify with male, female, or anything in between or outside of or beyond. Because I don't really feel like any of those labels fit for me. I don't feel male. I don't feel female. I don't. It's just kind of.
Is it a freeing feeling? Like a total freedom, or is it ever a frustration because it's kind of lonely sometimes in the ether?
Well put. It's empowering, because I feel like, this is me, not having this label to adhere to. But
so you're dealing with, do you ever have to deal with body issues, or do you ever feel a little bit, caged in by your body?
Not so much my body, because I love my body a lot, just the way it was, just the way it was born. Bathrooms have always been a...
Bathrooms! Growing up feeling different, you probably felt different, would you say, all through, childhood, or?
I first started knowing I was, different. Probably about 3rd grade, I knew something was up. I didn't quite know what to call it or what to identify it as, but you're a 3rd grader. All you're worried about is swinging on the swing set.
Exactly. And every once in a while, it seems like teachers like to split up boys and girls, and then at that moment you're like, oh, what? Where do I go?
Well, at that time I always,
went with it.
I thought I was a boy. Identified as a boy because that's what I looked like and what everyone treated me like. But
what was the moment where you're like, bing?
I didn't. I identified as male up until probably my junior year of college. But before that, I had been asking all sorts of questions, like, do I really feel this way? Because, as a child, I was like, what would it be like to wear a dress? Hey, I kind of like that.
So part of it, is just breaking free of any roles and expectations.
Yeah.
And then, would you say there is a physical aspect to your feelings? Like, do you wish you could shapeshift ever?
Sometimes I do, just for the fun of it. To observe the social interactions that would happen, to experience a new body.
Right.
But I like my body the way it is now, so.
Does your sexuality have any boundaries? Like, are you attracted to male and female bodied people, or how does that work?
I would say mostly I'm attracted to male bodied individuals, but you know, I'm very open to the possibility of other things.
Nothing's set in stone.
Exactly. I have no idea if I'll be attracted to any other type of body in the future, so I like to keep that open.
Cool.
So.
Well, that sounds really interesting. It's like, I mean, everything about you just feels really open, really just ready to experience this or that or everything.
Definitely.
And you know, your job, like piercing and receiving piercings, I mean, that's all about opening up. It's like a big theme in your your life.
Definitely.
How does your family feel about who you are? Do they understand you?
Well, here's the thing. I have not come out to my parents at all.
Whoa.
It just hasn't really been something that's important yet in my life, or I haven't really felt the need to.
You don't have that kind of connection.
Yeah. They love me just the way I am, you know, whether they know or not.
Yeah.
You know, I've never talked to them about it.
Do they call you by your chosen name?
No.
No, yeah.
It's a little, and to be honest, for some reason, it's a little awkward for me to have them call me by that name for some reason.
I know.
I'm still delving into that one, trying to dissect it.
You gotta just feel when it's ready, and if it's just, I mean, in some ways, it's like, who cares what other people think or what other people call you? It's like what you know that is the really important part.
Yeah.
So you're going through life, it sounds like, very well adjusted. I mean, you feel support and love. You feel no boundaries for yourself on what you can do and who you can be and who you can date. That's pretty cool. You know, we're both kind of different because I'm transgendered in this female body, but really I feel male. And I was wondering, can you sense that? Trying really hard to put the energy out. Do you sense it now? Just kidding.
I can. Yeah, I can. That it's a very confident sense. Like, this is how I'm presenting. Like
presenting. Do you feel it on a? What levels? I mean, do you understand it at? Is that a weird? I know it's a weird question.
That's always a hard question, but
do you see me as male, or like do you accept me as male?
I accept you as male. I see you as Forrest.
I am what I am. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I try not to focus too much on gender identity, or I try and just take a person for what they are in relation to me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. And in a way, do you think what you're doing is because that's how it is for you, that you're trying to give that to others as a way of like freeing them? Did I totally just put that in your mouth?
You totally did.